Hey everybody, David here, back with another video. And today we are going to be talking about 6 springtime fragrances that I'm looking forward to wearing this spring. Now, in the US, I know it's still the winter time, doom and gloom outside, and especially here in the Midwest, it gets dark around 5 or 6 o'clock, and you're like, man, my day's all gone. And everybody's been wearing their heavy scents right now. I wanted to change it up a little bit. I wanted to bring some freshies back to the spotlight. And these 6, these are ones I'm really looking forward to wearing in the springtime. Now, a lot of these lean on the fresher end, so probably it's going to be more towards the middle or into spring is when I'm going to be rocking these a lot, as here in the Midwest, it's still pretty cold early spring, but nevertheless, you can never go wrong with a really nicely done freshie, especially in the wintertime. You know, I'm always not opposed to wearing freshies in the wintertime. They might change the aspect of the fragrance a little bit for you. I usually lean towards more of those spicy, sweet gourmands, heavy fragrances in the wintertime, but don't be afraid to wear a fragrance that's fresh in the wintertime. It might surprise you how good it does on performance and how good it smells. With all that out of the way, let's hop into these 6 fragrances. Now, the first one I got on here, it's very unique in a way that there's not very much fragrances out here that smell like this. And it's from a brand that a lot of people say it's designer-esque and it costs a lot. But I really like the house, and it's Bond No. 9's Bleecker Street. And I would say out of the collection, man, my collection, I don't have anything like this. It gets a lot of resemblance to Ralph Lauren's Purple Label, which I've heard this one's a little bit better than that, so definitely going to go with the Bleecker Street, of course. This one has a little gourmand-esque feel, but the main part of it, it smells like freshly cut grass with blueberries. Even though blueberry's not a note in this fragrance, it's got a little blueberry feel to it. Now, the main notes, or the main accord in this fragrance is green, fresh, fruity, and woody, and citrus. In the fragrance notes, it doesn't break it down from the top, mid, and base, but it has blackcurrant, violet leaf, vanilla, caramel, cinnamon, jasmine, oak moss, and patchouli. I get that patchouli in this fragrance helps with the kind of green cut grass feel with the violet leaf, and I think that blackcurrant's the thing giving this fragrance that blueberry smell to it. Like I said, this fragrance has got a little gourmand edge to it with that caramel and that cinnamon in there and that vanilla. And I get those in here, and it makes for a very unique and great smelling freshie, in my opinion. Great smelling freshie, this one. Bleecker Street, always going to be in the rotation for me around the warmer months. So, next one. Now, this one doesn't get talked about a lot. It's from a designer house. Doesn't get talked about as much as the other ones in this line, but it can compete with them. The performance for me is just lacking with this one, which is kind of disappointing, but hey, it is what it is. Things always don't need to last forever. Things don't always need to be beast mode. And this one's Allure Homme Blanche Edition by Chanel. And this one here, it smells like a lemon meringue pie. That's what it smells like, a lemon meringue pie. And you'd be like, what? And this, same with Bleecker Street, there's nothing that really smells like this out in the market. Which, you know, it's very surprising to me how not a lot of people talk about this one. They want to talk about all the other Chanel Allure Homme, like Allure Homme Sport and Allure Homme Sport Extreme. This one, though, just does the job as well, especially in that spring and that summertime. This one can work. This one can do its magic. Like I said, the only thing that's lacking with that one is the performance. The main accords is citrus, fresh, creamy, sweet, and spicy. And that creamy and that citrus, that's where you get that lemon meringue pie kind of to it. Top notes, you got black pepper, pink pepper, which you get a little spiciness up top. And then that lemon, that bergamot, sandalwood, and leather in the mid. And then you got tonka, amber, bourbon vanilla, cedarwood, ginger, Haitian vetiver, and white musk. And the musk with this one, with the ginger and the lemon, gives it that lemon meringue pie along with the vanilla. It makes it kind of a little bit gourmandish, but in a fresh way for you with this fragrance. Next one I'm going to be talking about in the video is from a house that a lot of the fragrances aren't good in the performance department, coming back to the Chanel one, but they smell high quality for the price. You can get them at discounters. And one of the ones in this, from this fragrance house, is one of the fragrances that got me back into collecting. And it is none other than Johann Varvatos XX Artisan Teal. So this one right here, a big old four ouncer. It's got a cool bottle too. I like the color. It's got a little rope on it. When they were there deciding, they were like, oh, just make a plain bottle, but throw some cool rope on it. So, Artisan Teal here. And the one I really really enjoy and got me back into collecting and gives me great memories is Johann Varvatos, the original EDT. That one, at one time, it was my signature scent. I used to wear it a lot when I was in college. And when I came back into the game of fragrances, that one got me back into it. That was the first fragrance. I went to the department store, picked it up, and felt like this is signature scent worthy, I guess you could say. The main accords in Artisan Teal are citrus, aquatic, fresh, synthetic, and sweet. Like I said, the performance is lacking in that, but it's a freshie. What do you expect? At the top, you got lemon and rosemary. I get that lemon, and the lemon's not too sweet. Like, this one's a sweet lemon. This one's a little bit more of a grindy lemon, but it's still got that sweet aspect to it. And I think that rosemary gives it that. The heart notes, you got pink pepper and water lily. I don't really know what water lily smells like. There's not a lot of fragrances I own that have water lily in it, but I do get a little of that spiciness in the mid of this fragrance. And then the base, you got driftwood, musk, and sea salt. I do get that sea salt, and I think that helps with that grindy lemon a little bit with that rosemary. And then the driftwood and musk is just there to help it out, have a good base. This fragrance that I'm about to talk about next is one that got nominated for Fragrance of the Year in 2020. I think it was 2022 or 2023. I can't remember. It came out in 2022, and I like a lot of these fragrances in the line. This one is Terra d'Hermes Eau Givre right here. And this one's got, I would say, my all-time favorite note in a freshie, and it is citron. I'm a sucker for really good citron fragrances, and this is no exception. Eau Givre right here. Let me scoot these over real quick for you. With the Eau Givre right here, the main accords, you got citrus, fresh, woody, spicy, and green. And then this one only gives us free notes to it. Citron, juniper berry, and Szechuan pepper. I get that Szechuan making a little spicy. That citron is very nice, well done, smooth blended in this fragrance. That juniper berry combines with that citron and gives it kind of a, I guess, not a metallic feel, but it gives it more of a like smooth, refined feel, like a cleanliness. Sorry, I can't speak. And that's the same with all these fragrances. These are going to be your cleanliness fragrances that are going to do a very good job of smelling kind of like fresh out of the shower, a few of them, or, you know, outside, just having that freshness feel to you. Now, this one right here, I would say out of all these so far, this has got the most, in my opinion, sophistication to it, I would say. So this one you can wear up, wear down, and just do just fine with this one. Like I said, that citron note does a lot. It makes it feel a little bit more professional with that citron in it, in my opinion. And that juniper berry helping that citron out to be a little bit more, like I said, it wouldn't be metallic. I guess it'd be more of like a citrusy, I know that's kind of weird to say, but more of a citrus push with the citron. And I guess I should say spicy is the word I'm looking for. I think that Szechuan pepper kind of helps it out too, being spicy and being green. Next one, this line has a whole bunch of flankers. It's been around since the dawn of time. One of the best selling men's fragrance of all time. I got one of the flankers here. This one, I like this one over the one that the Fragcom likes. So this one is Profundo. They all like Profumo. I like Profundo. Green fragrance, very nicely done. It's been around for a little bit. And this one right here is actually getting a special edition bottle. Bottle looks pretty cool. I don't know if it's any different from this one, But the main accords, you got aquatic, fresh, citrus, synthetic, spicy. This one, you got bergamot and green mandarin orange up top. You got majestic, absolute, cypress, lavender, and rosemary in that heart. And then in the base, you got mineral, amber, musk, and patchouli. And with this one, I get a lot of that green mandarin up the top. That ties it in with the original Acqua di Gio. That mandarin orange up top with that bergamot kind of ties it in with that one. Gives it that green feel with the heart notes with the cypress and the rosemary. A little bit toned back with the lavender. I don't get much of that. I don't know what Majestic Absolute is, so I don't know if that's just in here. I don't know what that is. But you do get that mineral amber in here a lot. It gives it that sea feeling to this one. And then that musk at the bottom, you do get that in this fragrance as well. Very nice from Acqua di Gio. And well-rounded green fragrance, and I can't wait to put that on. This is one I wear in the winter from time to time, too. I throw it on when I want to wear something fresh. This is kind of one of my go-tos. Last but not least, this house is a house that caught me off guard, I will say. I didn't really know anything about their fragrances when I started seeing reviews. It really climbed up the ladder for me. I've been trying out some of their newer fragrances that came out this year. I just wore French Defense to work a few days ago. And this one's no other than Blockade from Mind Games. And this house, I will say, out of everything on this list, this house is the one the fragrances are going to be really smooth. They're going to be really well done. And this is, for all of you know, this is kind of an Aventus style fragrance. But it doesn't smell like Aventus. It's kind of in that same family. This one just smells... This one, I will say, out of everything, is the most I'm looking forward to wearing. This one's a banger. This one does it all. It's a jack of all trades. You can wear this up. You can wear this down like the OG right here. Nobody will have a problem with it. And I always like the little chest pieces on the caps as well. And I have a few more from the new line of fragrances that they released, Mind Games. Can't wait to check out more of them. But today we're talking about Blockade here. And then Blockade, you got the main accords. You got fruity, fresh, sweet, woody, and green. And as you can tell, a lot of green fragrances on the list. I like my green fragrances. It's kind of like my gourmands in the winter. I like the gourmands. I like the greens. And then the top notes, you got bergamot, mango skin, pepper, and tomato leaf. And that tomato leaf gives it a little different feel. This tomato leaf, you don't really see that much in fragrances. So it gives it a little bit of that green-esque feel. And it's more, like I said, it's more the leaf than anything. It's not the actual tomato. It says tomato leaf, of course. That bergamot giving it a little bit of that citrus hit with the mango. You do get that mango in here. It goes well with the bergamot to kind of eliminate the sweetness of a mango, if you've ever eaten a mango before. And that pink pepper gives it a little bit of that spiciness up top. And then the heart, you got lavender, mango blossom, so more mango in the fragrance. And then star anise. And then you got cyamin or cyamin? I don't know. It looks like a flower. I do not know what that note is, so I cannot tell you if I smell that in this fragrance or not. But I do get that star anise and that mango blossom in that mid, and the lavender coming in kind of on the edges a little bit to help out in the mid. And then the base, you got oud, patchouli, and suede. I don't really get much oud in this at all, I will say. The oud's more of a wearable oud, if you're worried about that. Patchouli is going to help give it that green feel, and then the suede in here gives it a little depth at the base and helps it kind of, be real rounded to not be too green, but it is a good green scent. So here you have it. Here's my 6 scents that I'm going to be looking forward to wearing this spring. Let me know in the comments down below what your spring fragrances is and what you're looking forward to wearing in these hotter months coming up. And yeah, guys, that's all I have for you today. I will see you on the next one.